What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Chucky from Shook Earth Media, and today we are talking about Fear the Walking Dead, Season 7, Episode 12. This is called Sunny Boy, and it's a John Dorie Sr. episode. In general, this episode, I liked for aspects of the first half of it, and it was an entertaining watch, and I think it goes completely off the rails. It gets very ridiculous very quickly, so we're just going to cover my feelings on everything generally, but yeah, I mean, it covers a lot of ground in this episode, but there's a lot of ridiculousness, and I don't understand what's going on with these characters. So we're gonna poke a lot of holes in this episode. It's gonna be fun. Definitely hit the like if you like, and sub for more Walking Dead content. Let's just jump into what's going on with this episode. So we start off with a montage where people's belongings are being searched, and they're looking for walkies. Okay, so walkies are forbidden in the tower. You cannot have them. You traitor, you right there with the walkie-talkie. So they get thrown off the rooftop because apparently that's the only punishment they have in this settlement. We see all these people get thrown off roofs. I'm like, how do they have any people left? We've seen so many of them get killed at this point. And why do they trust? I don't know. What's so bad about having a walkie? I guess they're talking to Morgan, but these people are being thrown off rooftops. We don't know them, so I don't think they're allied with Morgan, or if they are, it's off camera. So I don't know why they are hiding walkies so much. If people being murdered for doing that, I don't think I would break that rule just for no reason in case I happen to need to communicate with somebody in the vicinity. I mean, those walkies don't go that far. So I don't even really know why these people are hiding walkies. But anyways, there's a bunch of executions going on, and John Dorie realizes John Dorie number 2, the sequel, or is it the prequel? I guess he could be the prequel, considering he's the father. But yeah, so he's not happy with people getting thrown off rooftops, and who would be? I mean, it could be fun if there's like a trampoline at the bottom, you go boing. Could be a good time, but in general, not my favorite thing. So I like this whole setup. He's practicing the conversation he's gonna have with Strand, and it just comes off as completely ridiculous. It's never gonna work. I don't even know what he's attempting to do here, and of course that doesn't work at all. But we got Charlie here looking very sick. I'm assuming not long for this world. The radiation poisoning or whatever is very deadly. So that's a big motivation here too. And we learn that John Dorie number 2, the prequel sequel, also has radiation sickness at the end. He got it from Charlie. So I was right. People being in the vicinity of radioactive people can be bad, which also comes into play later as being something that puts the baby in danger. If he got it from being close to somebody else who has it, and then he's in close contact with the baby, doesn't that put the baby at risk? Anyways, that's not the only way they put the baby at risk at the end. We'll get back to that. It becomes quite hilarious. But John Dorie trying to convince Strand is just like, it's a fool's errand. Nothing's ever going to happen with it. But of course, John Dorie number 2, the sequel, he planted the walkie. We didn't find that out until the end. I suspected it earlier on, but it makes sense. He's trying to get in Strand's ear, I guess, as opposed to just killing Strand and being done with it. I guess he's okay with getting Howard murdered for having a walkie, but he's not okay with just throwing Strand over the rooftop. I don't know what his thinking is, but anyways, I mean, he does attack Strand at the end. Again, I don't know this whole plan here, but yeah. So I like this scene, and it's raining, and the rain actually plays into the story, and it gives us a reason why they can't get out of the tower, which we'll get back to that. But they basically have been using tunnels. We'll just go for it now. They use tunnels to get out of the tower. That's their only way out of the tower. And it gets flooded in this episode because of rain. They should have seen that was a potential possibility, and why it might not be the best idea to surround your tower with zombies, okay? So I'm not so sure that they really set themselves up to survive very long here, because those they get flooded, they can't leave. I'm sure they need valuable things out there. They're always making trips out there, so seems like they need something. But I like this part of the episode where like John Dorie is also Howard and John Dorie both need to find the baby, and they're both given that task. And I like John Dorie #2, the sequel, playing the cop, and it reminds me of the episode we had in season 6 with his son, or the first John Dorie. We see him investigate a murder, and that was one of my favorite episodes that season. I really enjoyed that. It was cool to see like a genre break in the show and have just kind of a procedural episode. I thought it was very well done, so I kind of like seeing that again. So that's the part of the episode that I liked. And he asks everybody questions, and it's cool. Of course, all these people are working against him or against Strand, and everybody knows that. June gives away a secret with her shoe, so I like that he sees her footprints and sees that there's something. She's going to the sewer. He figures that out. I really like this scene with Howard. And I should have known that Howard was not going to make it out at the end of the episode. And John Dorie as well. I mean, we got John Dorie Death Part 2. So John Dorie, I feel like this was a temporary replacement that never really felt right. I mean, I like the actor and everything, but it's just like they just took the old character, had to write him off because Garrett Dillahunt wanted to do movies. And then they had this guy pretty much play the exact same character, even though it's contrary to how he was written and how he abandoned his son and everything. But he comes in, he's the same character, and now he's just written off kind of unceremoniously, So, but yeah, we get into a little bit of Howard's backstory about how he doesn't know where his family is and stuff. We found out Strand actually did know, because of course coincidences are everything in this show, and his family just so happened to be in this area. So of course, he had already confirmed that, but hid it from Howard because he needs something to drive him. We found out he forged a document, a historical document, and was famous because of that and got exposed for it. I mean, it's an interesting backstory. It's a interesting, compelling conversation. So I like that interrogation scene. And then this is where the episode falls flat on its face, because he discovers the baby, and she's just keeping this little not Tupperware, like this plastic bin thing, and she's just gonna carry it. She's gonna take him in the tunnels, which I assume the tunnels were guarded, because I don't know how there's such a secret that nobody knows where they are when it's just like storm drains and stuff that would all be labeled. I would have thought surely the tunnels leaving it and entering the tower would be guarded. That's the only way a lot of the plots in previous episodes would make sense and stuff like that. So I don't get why people weren't guarding it. I don't get why they didn't find the baby while searching. Now, like, maybe she could have moved the baby several different places, but it's not like a soundproof thing. Like, the babies make noise, so I don't know how she was hid it for so long, because it's been a while, right? It's been like a day maybe. So I don't know how the baby's been missing for that long. Like, to me, it's like, if you're gonna take the baby, you have to move the baby out of there right then. Like, if you don't have the escape plan squared away, why would you take the baby, give them a chance to look for the baby before you make your move and leave? So that was a bit of something that got to me. And also the bin is kind of funny. Like, why in a bin? I guess just to hide the baby, but they make noise and stuff. This scene I kind of like. So we got some fun zombie, water action. I like the set, so this scene's kind of fun for just an action scene. But, he drops his gun in the waters, and so, of course, they don't have that easy getaway. And they also don't have any melee weapons on them, which, if it was me, you already know, zombie apocalypse, I would always have, like, the way I have my phone now, where it's always, like, on me or in arm's reach most of the time, that would be like a knife. I would have a knife like that at all times if I lived in this universe. But, whatever. We'll give it to them. There aren't that many zombies. We've seen them kill this many zombies, like, no issue. So it does feel a bit I don't know. They just don't have a knife for some reason. They didn't give a reason for that, but it would be kind of funny if they dropped the knife immediately. They dropped the gun and then they dropped the knife. Yeah, they couldn't do that, but they just don't have knives on them. I guess you wouldn't be used to carrying a knife around if you lived in the tower at all times, but she's gearing up to leave through this tunnel, so she definitely would have brought materials with her, right? I mean, is she leaving right now? Is that what's happening? Or did she just hide the baby away here and is waiting for some reason? I don't, I don't know. But I like the visual, I will say. We got these, the nuclear radiation zombies I like. So the visuals here are good. They have a little talk. The thing that gets me with this is that they leave. they leave the little cubby hole, and then he's like, I can't escape. They're like, you just run that way. And he's like, I can't do it. I can't. It's like, why? Wait, why? And there are more zombies coming that way, which, is like, why this is how is this the tunnels where they leave and they don't just routinely sweep for zombies and clear them out of the way? Like, why are there even zombies here? You see, like, this is why I think about it. If this is the tunnel where they get in and out routinely, that would be just such an oversight. Just that, like, oh, we'll just let the zombies collect down there just in case, I guess. I don't know, man. So that's what got me. But then they go back in the cubby hole. They go out. He's like, I can't go that way. Let's go back in the little hidey thing that we have, where we're gonna use the radio and call somebody. And then Strand shows up, and that's like, it was just a laughable resolution to me. I don't know why we had to hide in the cubby hole twice. It was kind of funny, and like, we've seen him kill that many zombies with very little things. I mean, we've seen him kill zombies with no weapons, like just bash their face in and stuff. But with the water, that you can't necessarily do that the same way. But I don't know. We've just seen them get out of worse situations, and their way out of this is just to go in the same hiding spot twice. They made no progress. They had no plan or anything. So I forgot to say that there's a point in this scene where John Dorie, number 2, the prequel sequel, picks up his gun and shoots it just fine, even though it's been under the water. He just happened to know where the gun was. It was weird. There's like all these close-ups of his hand. I didn't know what was going on. And then all of a sudden, he just picks up his gun out of the water and just starts shooting zombies, which, if you don't know, guns don't really work that well when you get them soaked in water, so I don't think it would work like that, but it was just kind of a comedic part of the episode. Now, this is where it gets especially dumb, okay? Because this is where, the truth is revealed, I guess you could say, where John Dorie reveals that he planted the radio in Howard's things, but Strand, Mr. I want to save the tower, preserve the tower, and all that, just decide, he says, John, I want to trust you now, but the only way I can trust you is to have you murder my number 2, who is my, most loyal person here, and I just found out for a fact that he didn't betray me, and now I want you to murder him to prove that you're loyal. You kill your most loyal to prove somebody else is loyal. It's so fucking, it's just dumb, dude. It's really stupid. And then John Dorie's like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. 10 seconds later, he does it. I'll get June up here. Like, I don't know, dude. But at least make him, like, follow through with the threat. Be like, or something. Or, like, this is the point where you try to convince him. John Dorie should have been like, I just told you I planted the radio. And you want me to murder your most loyal? How are you going to maintain the tower if you just treat people like they're disposable? This is the point. This is the moment. And he just doesn't even really hesitate at all. It was honestly laughable. And the smash cut to the close-up of him. Oh, yeah, why didn't you think about that before? And then he's throwing up, of course. So yeah, that's the moment, and then he just starts like, I'm gonna drink now. I'm gonna get very drunk. It's just so over the top, man. And the alcoholism thing is a crutch for this character because they use alcoholism just as the excuse. Oh, he's a good guy. Why did he abandon his son? Alcoholism because he planted fake evidence against Teddy, and then he was like really ashamed, so he started drinking a lot, and that's why he left. It's a crutch for the character, is what I'm saying. So they fall back on that crutch again, of course. Uh, I do like this armor that we keep looking at. They do end up using it, but the way they use it is so ridiculous. But I did like the fact that it was used. But this again is Strand's. It just points out how terrible of a leader Strand is and how ridiculous his decisions are. That he has his number two, his most valuable compadre, his henchman, his second in command, doesn't question a single iota of things that Strand does. He's everything Strand needs, and he goes with somebody who's going to betray him and bash him over the head, and he should have expected it because he was with fucking Morgan the whole time. Why would you ever trust this dude? Like, it's so obvious that he was never, like, from the moment that they met up again, when he woke up in the tower very conveniently in that one episode. He woke up in the tower conveniently and was like, no, I don't want to be, like, he just pretty much told Strand straight up, like, I'm not, like, okay with this. And he bashes him over the head. Of course he does. Like, this, what? It makes Strand look so stupid, so dumb, so gullible. He was supposed to be the guy who's conniving, who's thinking 3 steps ahead. That's who Strand always was. That's why he was interesting. And now, like, I don't know, everybody's getting one over on him. And this is when it gets really, really dumb. This is peak dumb of the entire fucking episode, okay? So the whole motivation here is that they want to keep the baby safe. That's what this whole episode is about. He's gonna die. And I want to keep the baby safe. That's my legacy. Make up for how I abandoned John. Somehow that makes up for that. But so the whole point is keep the baby in danger. But honestly, bro, if they didn't do anything, the baby would be way safer. The baby would be taken care of in the tower, and all would be good. But no, they put the baby in a very, very dangerous situation. Okay, I was thinking the whole time, the tunnels. Why don't you go use the tunnels? But they're like, okay, the tunnels are flooded. Fair enough. I'll give you that one. And they set it up. They had the rain. Fine. I'll give you that. It's very convenient, but I'll give you that. Okay. But is this really their best plan? Is to just have him run through the fucking zombies in this ridiculous armor outfit? You know, like, this is putting the baby in so much danger. He does get bit in this process. So it makes it's what we expected. But if that one of them grabbed him and took him to the ground, like, there's a million things that could go wrong, and the baby could have easily gotten devoured. Look at how many of them there are. And they know exactly where he is. I mean, like, it was so frustrating to me to see this whole episode is hinged on keeping the baby safe, and they put the baby in, like, so much danger here. It's so ridiculous, dude. I like that he walks past the Howard zombie. You can see him over here. That was cool. I'll give him that. But it did feel like it was pretty far out from the tower, but maybe just the way they shot it, I guess. I don't know. It's ridiculous, dude. Really stupid. And then these guys with guns come in. I thought they were gonna, like, shoot a bunch of zombies and run through and try to get the baby, because they might have been able to do that, just chase them down. Or if they have some vehicles. Do they have vehicles? I would assume, no, I guess they just have horses. They seem to have an endless supply of bullets. I don't know where those come from. But yeah, and then this cements to me Morgan is also a terrible leader. Because in the last episode, he sent Charlie essentially on a suicide mission with zero exit plan, and just told her, yeah, just flip the switch for the light, and that's all you gotta do. And that you gotta sneak in there somehow. We don't know how they get in there. I mean, they could have tried to investigate and find the fucking tunnels. Or the drains or whatever. But no, forget it. Okay, so of course he sends her on a suicide mission. She is gonna die as a result of the suicide mission. Not for getting caught, although even if she did get caught, she would have been murdered straight away. I don't know why Strand didn't murder her right after the Ollie thing, because he murdered Ollie because he flipped off the he was flipping off the light, right? For Morgan's people, he would have known that he was doing that at the behest of Charlie. And Charlie's already got radiation sickness, so she's not long for this world anyway. Why wouldn't he just throw her off the roof too? I mean, he's throwing off so many people off the roof. That would make more of a message, because that's somebody who meant something to Morgan slightly, I guess. Charlie, I guess, even though, you know, she murdered Nick or whatever. But yeah, so Morgan, terrible leader. He sent her on a suicide mission, just hoping that she got it right with zero plan. And now he sent this baby through a horde of zombies that it could have gone wrong. John could have got eaten and dragged to the ground, and then the zombies would have dug in there and probably found the baby too. So it wouldn't have saved the baby at all. So yeah, that was bad. And then John's bit, so he's gonna do the heroic sacrifice thing. Whatever. I don't really care about that. I would have preferred if the original John Dorie got more of a heroic death. He didn't really get a heroic death. He just got like kind of cold-blooded murder thing, which was very disappointing. But I also forgot to mention that at the end of the episode, Wes becomes Strand's new number 2, and I just really don't understand how Wes got to there from where he was. So I don't really understand, you know, the what they're going for with the Wes character and the transition. It just didn't feel set up or established or anything. It feels very sudden. So I don't know what you guys think, but that was my impression. I said at the beginning I was a lot softer on it because I enjoyed the first half of it, but I hate this episode. It's a comedy. It's ridiculous. I have to look at the show as a comedy at this point to enjoy it. So that's just the truth of it, unfortunately. But I mean, I like elements of the first half, but even that fell apart for me. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you think I'm wrong about something. Would love to hear from you in the comment section, and if you have things that you like about it, or if you found more things that were wrong with it that I didn't notice, definitely let me know. And with that, I hope to see you guys in the next video. We'll be back with Better Call Saul tomorrow night, of course. And thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out.